I know why you clicked on this video. It's because you're interested in seeing how to post your art on eBay. However, instead of doing an intro with my face and, you know, the boring go-to intros, I like to be different, and so I've included a little bit of a time lapse here, and the actual painting I'll be posting and showing you how to go through the motions of posting an artwork on eBay is included in this time lapse. So but if you'd like to fast forward just to that part, you can go to timestamp 6:52. But yeah, if this is just really my version of an intro, like I said. So these pieces, I've decided to create them back to back, and I like to call them sister paintings. You can see the ones off to the right. It's basically all the same colors, and that's just how I like to create. I get into the motions, I have extra paint, and right here I'm filming part of my process, and I'll probably end up using this to create a reel on Instagram. I'd like to have footage on my phone for reels, which is Instagram, and then shorts on YouTube or TikToks. And so that's always handy, and I do it as I work. It's something I've gotten used to just film here and there when I'm creating. And of course, holding it up to see what it looks like in a different perspective, signing it, and then showing it to you backwards. This one, I decided to go in with some different colors and create a little bit of a contrast by pairing some warm colors with my overall cool palette. And this is just my finishing details process. The art starts to stack up, and I like to work on it in sections. So I will do the actual painting part of it and work on several pieces at a time. Right now, my lucky number for that is 4. It seems to be something that I've become more comfortable with versus creating a piece from start to finish. It's just part of my workflow now, creating multiple pieces at the same time and saving the finishing details for later. You saw me fanning the artwork there is because my hand moves around a lot, and the wet Posca paint pen marks get all over me, and I don't really care that they're staining my skin because that washes off later. What I care about is that it's smudging off of the paper. And so, I mean, if that happens, I just go over it again. See right there, I'm smudging the little pink in the center, which I don't think I catch until after I've signed it. I think that's what's going to happen if I do remember correctly. There we go. Adding the details again, fanning it, and voila. And this is the painting that I'm going to be using as my example of posting or creating a new listing on eBay. This is specifically for posting art on eBay. So might be a little bit different if you're like posting baseball cards or, you know, teacups that you found at the yard sale. This is probably not the best example video for you. This is going to be strictly for artwork, and that's just what I have experience with. I can't really speak to anything else. This is the only thing that I have posted on eBay is my art, and I will go through the motions and show you what I have found to be most successful for myself. And of course that could change in the future, but for now I'm in a pretty good space and I have a pretty good uploading schedule. I'm uploading about, I want to say 12 pieces a week right now. I wish it could be more, but The reality is that I also have to create content, and that means spending time editing, engaging with people online, being present, painting live. So there's a lot that goes into it other than just the creating of paintings and posting them. But it's all fun. It keeps things interesting. And then signing this piece, looking at it from a different perspective, or maybe I'm photographing it. Yeah, I think I was doing a little thing for Instagram. And then I purposely included this part here because it's important later in the video when I'm going through the posting motions. I take pictures of my art with my phone, and this is so that the quality, I can control the quality basically. I can edit it on my phone much easier. I can crop it, as you can see, and then I will keep the artwork that I'm posting right next to me so that I compare the colors. I'm sorry about that cup of liquid there. It's iced tea, I promise. And I do this with all of my artworks. Sometimes I have to increase the brightness. Sometimes I have to saturate it or desaturate it. It really all depends on the lighting. If I'm in the studio, I have 2 different directions of lighting and it works out. But my most preferred method for photographing art is actually using natural light outside. Well, I hope you enjoy this next part of how to post your art on eBay. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks. Hi everyone. So I wanted to show you how I create my eBay listings, and I'm going to go through this from scratch if I can figure out where to put my face. Okay, so I'm on eBay. I go to selling. Now this is assuming you already have an account. You go to create an account, and then this is the seller hub. So you saw that I went to my eBay selling, it brought me to the seller hub. Now I go to listings and I create a listing. Hey, it's future editing Emily. I'm so sorry. I sound so sad and depressed in this video. I'm getting over a cold, so my voice is a little bit feeling harsh, but I already have one here that I was working on. So I'm going to click on it. Okay, so step by step, it wants information about the product that you're listing. In this case, we're talking about art. So this is going to be all related to artwork. In the title, this part is really important because these are your keywords. This is what people are going to be searching. I always include my name, my painting style, which is contemporary abstract, the size, 10 by 10 inches, and then the medium, original on canvas. Sometimes I'll switch that up and I'll put acrylic on canvas. Sometimes I'll put contemporary abstract before my name. I like to switch it up. Sometimes that helps. And then the subtitle, I leave that blank. They charge you $1.50 for that. Custom label SKU, I don't put anything there. Category, art and paintings. Of course, whatever your artistic medium is, whatever your creator medium is, you're going to put that here. You can change the category. And then UPC, I don't put that in. Condition, I always put new. And then photos. Okay, I'm missing a photo here. I always include a picture of the back side. And that's right here. That one's going to load. Hey, so it's important to note the file format of the photo once it gets uploaded to the computer. The way that I do it is I take a picture of it on my phone, airdrop it, and the file format is HEIC. I want it to be JPEG. Otherwise, when I upload it to eBay, it's not going to like it. It's going to be red. It's never going to load. So a little tip for you. Teally obsessed, like really obsessed. Yeah, I like to have fun with my titles. So yeah, they can see the front of it, they can see some close-up shots, and then they can see the back, which shows the actual back side of the canvas, and then you can see, whoa, you can see what I put on the back side of the canvas, the title, the size, the medium, the style, my signature, and the date. So we're going to go back. There it is. And then item specifics. You can add as many specifics as you want. I include that it's an original, it's a painting, it's abstract. Here you can put whatever type of art that you're posting. Mine is a painting. Production technique, acrylic painting. I don't really get more in depth besides that. Subject, you can add as many subjects as you want. This is the part where I really get creative and I'm like, okay, people are going to be searching for this stuff. So I'm going to add as many as possible. And I mean, I choose Alice in Wonderland because my paintings are somewhat whimsical. Seascape, ocean themed. This is really due to the fact that I use a lot of cool colors, so it kind of looks like an underwater sea feel painting. And then cityscapes. Sometimes people tell me that my paintings look like a city. Crowd of people. You can really get creative and add whatever you want here. Then we have the style. I just do abstract. I can also add contemporary art. And like I said, you could add as many things as you want. It's original, but this is the place where you could also say that it's a print. Then you can type your name in here under artist. Material, again, this is really specific to your type of art. Mine is acrylic on canvas. Sometimes I use different kinds of art supplies like oil. Maybe I'm creating something on paper. Yeah, this is really just specific to what you're doing. It's a one of a kind. The size is 10 by 10 inches. Time period produced 2022, 2022. Culture, I leave that blank. I mean, it's abstract art. I don't think it really pertains to any specific culture, so I leave that blank. So, you know, your girl was curious, and I had to look this up where abstract art originates from, what culture it could possibly be, and I googled what culture is abstract art. Okay, it says the Tang Dynasty, which ruled China from years 618 to 907, is known to introduce early forms of abstract art. The painter Wang Mo, who was part of this dynasty, used splashed ink painting style that was seen to be passed down Song Dynasty that ruled China from 960 to 1279. And then I scroll down, it says, where does abstract art originate from? Europe, it says. Originating in Europe in the late 19th century, abstract art fully emerged in the early 20th century when a decline in the appreciation of realism became more common among avant-garde artists of the period. I can also imagine that there were different mediums that started to be introduced. Back then, it was only oil paint, and so they switched over probably to tempera, acrylic. Is it tempera? Or am I just hungry and thinking of? It's the paint, it's got egg in it. I don't use it, so I don't know. But who wants to paint with egg? Not me. Region of origin, Utah, USA. It did say Arizona earlier. I had to change it. I just moved. All right, item height, item length, 10 by 10 inches. The width is 0.75 inches. And we have item description. Okay, so item description, you really want to include as many details as you can here. I included that it's a contemporary abstract painting, the colors that I used, and I list those off. Of course, that's specific to this artwork. The measurements, the medium, the title, and yeah, that says TLE, not really. painted with acrylic paint and paintbrushes. It's bright and bold. Blah, blah, blah. This is just stuff, specific to the painting. This painting was created by me, shipped with USPS. So I include the shipping information, and then also if they want to purchase multiple pieces, which this does happen from time to time, people do snag a few pieces, and I offer to combine the shipping, in which case I just create an invoice and discount the shipping so they don't have to pay separate shipping for each artwork. That is a cool feature. Format, auction style, however, you can create a fixed price. It doesn't have to be an auction. I usually go auction because it gives the buyer a chance to create an offer. And then the duration, I always choose 7 days, but you can choose the duration that you like. And then start my listings when I submit them. That way I don't have to get in here and add the time in the day. Starting price is where I put my price. The buy it now price, it has to be at least 30% more than the starting price. This means that they can bypass the auction and pay this exact price. I'm not sure exactly what the reserve price means. I've never done that. It says you can set a hidden minimum selling price for your item, the lowest price you're willing to accept for your item. If the listing ends without any bids that reach this price, you don't have to sell them. Fees will be charged when you list the item and will apply whether or not the item sells. Okay, cool. I usually just stick to a starting price. And then I select best offer. This allows buyers to make offers. Sometimes they'll offer you like a couple bucks more. Sometimes they'll offer you a couple bucks less. It's really up to you whether or not you accept the offer. However, you can create a counter offer when they give you their offer. And then quantity is 1. However, if you are selling multiple pieces, maybe it's a diptych or a triptych, maybe you're selling a stack of prints, that's when you would click sell as a lot. Private listing, allow buyers to remain anonymous to other eBay users. I don't select that. Make a donation. Sometimes I do this. Most of the time I don't though. Payment options, payments managed by eBay. So you'll have to go into the settings and give eBay your account information, whatever you want to be paid to. And then sales tax, I leave this empty because the buyer gets charged sales tax when they purchase a painting automatically. So I don't need to add anything additional to that. It says charge sales tax for a single state or region or set up a sales tax table for multiple states or regions. Like I said, this automatically happens, so I wouldn't worry about it. Return options, this is up to you whether returns are, whether you want to offer returns or not. I do not, so I leave that blank. Domestic shipping, I always select cost varies by buyer location. However, you can, depending on the size of your artwork, you can select freight, you can select local pickup only, or a flat rate cost. The only time that I create a flat rate is if it's a large painting and I know that I need a certain amount for shipping, and sometimes the shipping labels that print are not exact. I know more or less what it's going to cost to ship freight. So for example, a painting the size 30 by 48 inches, I'm going to have at least a freight cost, a shipping cost flat rate of $80. So calculated cost varies by buyer location, and they are going to determine what they charge the buyer. Handling cost, that is up to you. I leave that at 0. The shipping is usually pretty cheap because my paintings are all relatively small, but like I said, I do have some large ones, and I do have a flat rate shipping for those. Package weight and dimensions. You can select any of these. I just leave it at large package and then I enter my dimensions. In this case, I'm adding an inch all the way around, and then the thickness is considerably larger, and that's because it's getting wrapped in bubble wrap. Custom weight. This is gonna weigh like 2 pounds. Now this is just off the top of my head because I know what the things weigh. You always want to highball this. You don't want it to be under. Okay, exclude shipping locations. No excluded location. Yeah, I didn't select international shipping, so I don't need to exclude any locations. Item location, Salt Lake City, Utah. Sell it faster. This is your choice, whether you boost it or not. Sometimes I boost my paintings. I like to boost my larger pieces, but the smaller pieces, they fly, so I don't need to boost them. And then volume pricing. Only fixed price listings are eligible for volume pricing. Fees $0 right now. The fees are $0, but they do charge you fees when the buyer pays for the item. They're really quite minimal though. So then I just do a quick little run through. And I make sure that I entered everything. They want you to add as many details as you can about the artwork or product. Yeah, okay. So we're good to go. I'm going to list the item. Success. 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 And then you can look at your listing. There it is. 7 days, $85. And this is what the buyer can do, which is pretty interesting. You can like zoom in over it, which is why it's important that the picture is good quality, but you don't want it to be like a super high pixelated, high quality image because it can take a long time to load, and that can kind of turn the buyer off if your image never loads or takes forever. Hey, so it's important to note the file format of the photo once it gets uploaded to the computer. The way that I do it is I take a picture of it on my phone, airdrop it, and the file format is HEIC. I want it to be JPEG. Otherwise, when I upload it to eBay, it's not gonna like it. It's gonna be red, it's never gonna load. So, a little tip for you. And then see it'll tell you what the shipping cost will be. All the stuff you entered, the buyer can see this. Yeah, and I maybe overdo it with the description, but I'd rather have everything there in case they have any questions. I can always tell them, like you can refer to the item specifics, the descriptions, or later it's kind of like a CYA thing. One time I sold a neon painting and I clearly stated in here under colors used that it was a neon painting and that I used neon colors, and I usually make those in all caps. And the buyer actually got back to me and said she thought that it wasn't as bright and that it was a little bit misrepresented in the photo. And so I just ended up sending her a new artwork that I recreated without neon paints, but I told her that in the future to please check the description and that would be where she could see if there were neons. So, a little side note to that. It's always really important to edit your image to look as identical as you can get it to the actual artwork. This is why I included the clip of me editing the photos with the artwork next to them. I want to make sure that I'm saturating the image and it matches exactly the artwork so that the buyer or collector can see it in its truest form. I think it's important to look at that, even though it's kind of like, oh, all of this information for a product, you know. All right, so I'm going to teach you a little trick. This is how I actually list all of my artworks. Basically, I have a bunch of listings, and I have artworks in all different sizes. And so what I do is I can go to it's a little bit different on the phone. Selling, listings, active listings. And then you'll be able to see here, these are all of my active listings. And there's all kinds of different sizes, mediums. There's paper, there's canvas. I even have some that I used Canva to create some nice backgrounds for, staged the art virtually. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay, you could see the one I just posted. All right, so like I said, it looks a little different on the phone, which is where I usually post my stuff. Let's say I have another artwork that also measures 8 by 10 and it has a similar color palette. I can go ahead and click this one and I can choose sell a similar item right here. Now everything will be pre-filled for me. And this is what I mean where I have multiple subjects selected: ocean, snow, under the sea, you know, a bunch of stuff. Everything is pre-selected. The only thing I want to do is delete the pictures. And this is where I'm going to add my new photos. So same thing. I just want to make sure everything is right. It's a painting, it's an acrylic painting, it's abstract, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go through that same process. The only thing I change is maybe the colors that I used. And then usually I've already selected the same size artwork, so I leave that alone. I change the title and boom, it's done. That's it, everything. Maybe I change the price and then bada bing, I make sure the dimensions are good. List item. So once you've created multiple listings, you can just go to sell similar item and you create listings much quicker than that. So I hope you found this helpful. It took me a while to learn how to navigate through this, and this seller hub is pretty new to me. I don't know if it's because I hit a certain level. I'm above standard for my seller level, whatever that means. I can see analytics, my performance. I'm up $1,000 in the last month. Going from 0, that's a lot, and I'm super proud of it. You can see my reviews. I'm super proud of this, 100% positive feedback. I pay attention to the details and I make sure that I'm thorough with things and I'm really careful with the shipping. Of course, these are other videos that I can make, but I have 5 stars across the board. Accurate description, reasonable shipping costs, shipping speed, communication. Wow, this woman's work is extraordinary. I recommend her without reservation. These things, they mean a lot. These reviews, obviously other people can see that, and it helps. It's something I'm super proud of, and I need to figure out how to do this on my website. We can go all. This is kind of something I go to when I need some positive affirmation. You can see when it's the same buyer, the same message, which looks good, I think, when other people are looking at this. Yeah, so people say really nice things on this. Makes me happy, has a Clint vibe. Just what I was looking for. Thanks, 5 stars. Looks great in my blue room. Everything great, well packaged. I think there was one that was like, her art is packaged to survive the end of the earth. Beautiful painting on paper as depicted in the photograph and described. Seller processed and shipped quickly. I couldn't be more pleased by my experience. Like, this is really amazing. Like, I'm really not tooting my own horn. I am proud of this hard work. Yeah. And at first, honestly, I was skeptical to post my artwork on eBay because generally people go to eBay because they want a deal, but there are people that will pay top dollar for your art. The traffic is there. You don't have to worry about running ads like you do like on your website or your social media. The traffic is all here. You have people who are actually going on eBay to specifically look for art, abstract art, portraits, landscapes, whatever your medium is, whatever your style is, there's a market for it. And yeah, I hope this video helps you and that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.